Well, hi, Cliff Freeman here, and welcome back to Cliff's Tips, Tricks, and Strategies to Blow Your Business Up. All right, today we're going to be talking a little bit about buyer perspectives and strategy. In other words, hey, you have buyers. Now you got to go out, find them the house, get it under contract. What's a really good strategy along the way here to make sure that you have a smooth flow of getting the contract written and getting through those contract negotiations? Well, number one, you got to be proactive. There's no question about it. Being proactive is the number one most important thing you can do. And not only that, but you're going to have to make sure that your buyer understands exactly what's going on during the whole process. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, before the offer, talk to the listing agent, find out what is most important to their sellers. Is there a specific time frame? Do they need a lease back? Are they trying to get a quick close? What is it that their needs are? Maybe they have to get closed on this house before they can buy their next one. Find that out and make sure you address that in the terms of the contract that you're writing. Now, in a market like we're in today, you're going to probably come across homes that appear to be overpriced. And so what you've got to do is sort of put it in that reasonableness check here and make sure that both the buyer and the seller know that really, in order to be reasonable, we need to stay within market value. So a conversation you might have with the listing agent, if it's a little bit overpriced, is, hey, Mary, my buyer will pay market value. In fact, even top of market value for the home. And they don't want to make any lowball offers here to waste your time or their time. But I got to be honest with you, I was running comps here earlier today, and I was unable to really come up with the same number. So I was hoping you would do me a favor, actually do both of us a favor, so I could get a great offer over to you. Would you mind sharing the comps that you used in order to come up with the current price? That's very reasonable, right? And just say, maybe I missed something here. I'm always interested in making sure that I've got the right data. Now, you've got to also prepare your buyers for what type of a response they could get from the listing agent, from the sellers. Now, if we're talking about, say, for example, a repair, well, we know we're looking for life, health, and safety issues, but what can a seller do in response? They can say yes, they can say no, or they can come up with something else, maybe somewhere in the middle, or they can say, rather than do the repairs, we'll credit you so much to your closing costs. Now, what about a price issue? If you come in and they want more money and then you want to give them, it's the same thing. It's kind of like the way the good Lord answers prayers, yes, no, or not right now, meaning somewhere in the middle, okay? What about a closing cost concession? Something like that, same situation. Or it could be a combination of matters, within the contract. And then, in order to really understand the mentality of a buyer, you've got to read this right here. Your buyer wants a house that they love. Remember, this is an emotional thing, at a price that they can afford. So you've got the emotion on one end, right? They love the house. And then the price that they can afford, that's the logic that is going to make or break the transaction. So there's some words here that you want to avoid, some things you don't necessarily want to say. For example, you don't want to say, we're going to save you thousands of dollars on a transaction, or we're going to get you the deal of the century, or something like that. Your clients don't want to sacrifice the home of their dreams because of points of contention. And that even goes to the inspection. They're going to have to be willing to make a series of compromises along the way. The last thing they want to do is get to a point where they're $500 off and you can't get a deal done over, it's like arguing about a penny on the value meal at McDonald's. You don't want to pay 99 cents for the, for the double cheeseburger. You want to pay 98 cents. So always keep things in perspective for your buyers. During this process, things can get a little emotional, but it's your job to make sure they have a clear head and a clear path to get out and to get on and get into that new house. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed our tip, trick, and tactic for the day, and we'll see you next time.